Welcome everyone to another card discussion video about Legacy of the Valiant. Today's video will be about some other anime cards. Our first on the list is number 101, Silent Honor Arc.
It's Water, Aqua, Xyz, rank 4 with 2100 attack and 1000 defense. You've likely seen this card because it's become incredibly popular, mainly due to it being generic, taking only 2 level 4 monsters, and its effect which can get rid of just about any monster your opponent has, because you can detach 2 materials to target a special summon monster your opponent controls that's in attack position, and you attach it to it as a face-up Xyz material. You can only use that effect once per turn, and then when it would be destroyed, you can detach a material from this card instead.
So this card basically is going to get around most problem cards. You can use its effect to detach to Xyz materials and sort of suck up one of your opponent's monsters as an Xyz material, and that also gives you the additional effect of being protected from one destruction.
And then in the event that you don't effect that you don't actually have a target for it, you can always, functions like Zen Mains, and that's a card that can't be destroyed twice before it actually is destroyed. So
fortunately, it doesn't also have the effect that it attaches a material you get to destroy one card on your opponent's field. That would just be kind of broken. But yeah, very easy to summon in most decks since it's generic, rank 2, level 4. But I guess even better than that would be number C101.
C101, it's a very nice card in that it's a number C monster, but the fact that its effect does not require number 1 as a material makes it a lot more versatile. Its effect specifically, it's a Water, Aqua, rank 5, 2800 attack, 1500 defense. And then once per turn, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls and attach it as a material. And then when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard while it has material, you can special summon it from your graveyard, and then gain life points equal to the original attack of this card. But number 101 has to be in your graveyard to activate and resolve that effect.
This is definitely one of the chaos numbers that I would most recommend, because it's honestly significantly better than 101, because you're going to be able to continuously suck up your opponent's special summoned monsters, and it doesn't have to be in attack mode, it just has to be special summoned, so face up, of course. Don't have that restriction that number 101 has, and you can continuously, once per turn, suck up a special summoned monster, so that definitely puts a dent into all of your opponent's plays.
And then the fact that its requirement in order to revive itself just has to be that 101 has to be in the graveyard, obviously, but the fact that it just has to have a material means you can, as soon as you resummon it, if you suck up another monster, then you're set to revive yourself again. So your opponent pretty much has to destroy it twice in the same of their turns in order to completely get rid of this card outside of banishing or things like that.
Plus, when you revive it, you get that nice 2800 life point boost, which is, of course, always nice.
Yeah, no kidding. But the nice thing is, since all it requires is 101 to be in the graveyard, you can use Limited Variance Force on any other rank 4 to summon this guy if you have 101 already in the graveyard, and you're set to go. You got its full effect.
I guess next we have our number C69, Heraldry Crest of Horror.
It's a light psychic Xyz effect monster, rank 5. It's got 4000 attack and 1800 defense, and would normally take 4 level 5 monsters, but that's never how you're going to summon it.
Yeah, you're going to likely summon it through ranking up your number 69 Heraldry Crest, and using that as an Xyz material. It gains the effect of once per turn you can detach an Xyz material from this card, then target one face-up Xyz monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that face-up monster's original attack, and if it gains attack this way, this monster's name becomes that monster's, and it gains that monster's original effect. And these effects last until the end phase.
And then you've got its other effect, which doesn't require number 69 as a material, which is arguably its more powerful effect. When your opponent declares an attack while you have this guy out, you can destroy every card your opponent controls.
Yeah, so combining this card with, what is it, Savage Coliseum, making your opponent attack? Yeah, that's a good way to destroy all your opponent's cards.
The nice thing is since that's the more powerful effect and that doesn't require number 69 as a material, you can use any of the three heraldic Xyz. You can use Heraldry Crest, number 8, or number 18. You can use any of those using a rank up magic to summon this guy and have that effect. Plus, that just pulls out a 4,000 attack monster, which is huge.
Yeah, it's semi-viable that you can summon this in a rank 5 base deck, since rank 5 base decks are pretty special summon heavy. But you're likely not going to do that. I guess artifacts would not be terrible to bring this card out either, and since those are coming out in
Primal Origin.
Primal Origin, yeah. And bringing out 4 of those is pretty simple, since all you have to do is destroy them as your own back row, and they start special summoning each other and whatnot, and then you suddenly have 4 on the field, and you can easily bring out this.
Another nice thing is you can also combine this card with Astro Force, which we're going to talk about later, on a Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut, to just summon this guy because he's a light and psychic monster.
Yep, and you can rank it up 2 ranks and bring out this guy, which is also a great way to get off this card's first effect.
Alright, and the next card we have is number C92, Hard Earth Chaos Dragon. It's a Dark Dragon Xyz. It's rank 10. It's got 1,000 attack and 0 defense. You can summon it with 4 level 10 monsters, but that's even less likely than the 4 level 5 monsters. Its effect is it cannot be destroyed by battle. When a monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you gain life points equal to the damage they took. And then if this card has number 92 as a material, you get the effect of once per turn you can detach a material, negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls until the end of the turn. And that activation and effect cannot be negated.
Yeah, its primary effect is pretty good. It can't be destroyed by battle, and then when monsters you control inflict battle damage to your opponent, you gain life points equal to the the damage they took. And that's all your monsters, so that's just a pretty good effect, even without using number 92 as an Xyz material.
And I mean, you're not likely to deal damage with this guy without some powerful equipped cards or like Xyz territory. But the fact that it's with any monster you control, so if you have this card out along with another even decently powerful card, you're going to be making huge gaps in your life points by dealing them and gaining the same amount.
How much does Xyz story give per level? Is it or rank? Is it 200 or?
I believe it's 200.
Yeah, so that's 3,000. That's pretty good.
All right, and then finally, our last card is Rank Up Magic Astro Force, which is one of the greatest utility rank up magics yet. Basically, its effect is you can target the Xyz monster you control with the highest rank, your choice if it's tied, and then you can special summon from your extra deck a monster with the same type and attribute as that monster, but 2 ranks higher by using it as the material. And it also does specify the same type and attribute as that monster you control, so if the type or attribute is changed on the field, that is viable for this card. The special summon's obviously treated as an Xyz summon like all rank ups. And then it also has the second effect of during your draw phase, if this card's in the graveyard, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand, but you can only special summon during that turn with Rank Up Magic Astro Force.
Yeah, so it does have a little bit of restrictions, but I think the benefits of utility far outweigh the small drawback. There's so many ways to use this card. You can easily start taking control of your opponent's Xyz monsters, maybe through like enemy controller or mind control, and then rank it up and keep your Xyz monster on the field. You can rank up your own monsters 2 ranks. Let's see. What are some good?
A lot of the easiest summons with this card are going from rank 3s to 5s, which can be really powerful. Like for example, Ghostrick Alucard to Crimson Knight Vampire Bram, because Alucard, or alternatively number 48 Shadow Lich, they're both generic rank 3s. They only take 2 level 3s. You can rank it up to a zombie-specific rank 5 with an incredibly powerful effect.
Yeah, I think Ghostrick should definitely start considering that then, because that's quite a powerful card.
As well as things like you can turn a Gaga Cowboy into a Gauntlet Launcher, or Granosaurus into Volcasaurus.
Yeah, the utility of this card is just Immense.
Another good one. This is one I particularly like, is you can go Mech-Equipped Engineer up into an instant Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis. So that's really useful.
Yeah, that is rather useful. You have your defense of your monsters through Mech-Equipped Engineer, and then maybe next turn you rank it up through this card, and you bring out your Tyrus, and that sort of protects itself while getting in some heavy hitting damage with its 2600 attack.
Yeah. And another nice thing is you can continuously use this. For example, if you start with, say, a light warrior like Starleash Paladynamo, you can use this card, summon out a Photon Strike Bouncer, use Strike Bouncer to protect yourself. Next turn, grab Astral Force back, rank it up into Felgrand.
Yeah, and it's during each draw phase, instead of drawing, you can just add this card to your hand. I mean, it definitely the reusability is quite nice, and which definitely allows it to be sort of a one-of card and give you more options for different types of rank-up magics in your deck.
And the really nice thing is, since this is just a card that you can summon something that's 2 ranks higher, you can keep an eye out for this card for any Xyzs that come out. Like if they release some rank 7 that has a weird type and attribute, see if there's a rank 5 that has that same type and attribute, and you could use this to summon that card really easily. Or specific cards, like we mentioned earlier with Vampire Bram. Something that requires only zombies can be summoned by using a generic rank 3. So basically, this is something to really keep in mind for any future Xyz monsters they release.
And we know that they're going to release, hopefully some more through the next series. But I guess that's sort of it for our other anime cards. Hope you join us for the next video, and as always, leave your comments below on your thoughts about these cards.
See you guys later.